So you don't have to like. Oh no, that's what you reckon. I mean, if you have more than one question, I don't want to go back to short. Well, no. Put question number 1, 2, 3, and then you're just gonna read off. It's just put as many questions as you have. Oh, that one you know, that one you can still ask, but this is just to start it off. No, we're gonna get into this out before it starts. Don't worry, it's gonna be a lot of this. Okay. What's your problem?
Igor's on your phone too.
Well, I have a good question already. What is people listen to? My dad. That makes sense. I know. and still be independent. You know, makes sense. That's the way I'm of that, but also what's the like, which show I see was that.
Maybe I need to bring my backpack.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to be starting very shortly, but before asking what the round of cards, right? Any questions, concerns, issues you may have tonight, or about tonight, or whatever. I'm bringing around more cards to go right. Okay? And be sure to sit next to someone who has the same sort of cards as you. You make it a friend. You don't have to write your name unless you want the name to be on it.
What is going I'm not sure. I kind of just saw that here. I feel like it's the dish.
I think that.
I don't know if anyone knew that.
I'll stand here.
Oh, I don't think it's like a team chat. I just think it's the case.
You guys give the pen? Are you good?
So I plan to be a moderator in name only because you all are all students, some alumni of Boston University and capable of running this discussion yourselves. And I know that many of you have put questions in the bag, and we also have questions. And I am here, yes, as Katherine Kennedy, the director of the Howard Federal Center, but I'm here as Katherine Kennedy, the Black woman who's part of this community, who needs you as much as you need each other. We all need each other. That's it. And I know that we're all coming with a good heart, and we will love and respect each other. We will not always agree with each other's opinions, but I know that we will respect that we have a right to a different opinion. But when we leave here this evening, we want to leave here as a united community that we can all depend on each other for, know who each other is. So before we even begin the discussion, I'm asking that every person in this room say who they are, because many of us, including you, don't know all of the names. We know some of the faces, but certainly don't know all of the names. So I'm going to begin right here.
Hi everyone, my name is Tori Wilson. I am a senior here at the College of Communication. I'm from LA, Oregon. Nice to see everyone. Hi everyone, my name is Katherine Kennedy. I'm a senior at the College of Sciences, and I'm from Dallas.
So the only thing I am going to insist on is when someone is speaking, no one else is speaking. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Sophia Johannes. I'm a sophomore studying health science and I'm from Lexington, Massachusetts. Hi, my name is Salam. I'm a junior and sergeant.
I'm going to go through this and double check.
Hello, my name is Katherine Kennedy from Chicago. My name is Athena Mwaku. I'm a sophomore in school management, and I am from. My name is Ellie from. Hey guys, my name is Brandy. I'm a junior in Sergeant. Hello, my name is Peter. I'm a Sergeant in the third year. Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Imani. I'm a Hi everyone, my name is Alexis Bevin. I am a senior in school management, and I am Hi everyone, I'm Elsie. I'm a sophomore student. Hi guys, I'm Julie. I'm a sophomore student. Hi, my name is Maya. I'm a sophomore student in sociology. Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from College of Rhode Island, and I am a freshman in college. Hi, my name is Ayola. I'm a sophomore student.
Hi, I can't understand that. My name is Rebecca. I'm a sophomore in the College of Arts and Sciences, and I'm from Florida. I can't stand up either, but my name is Lucia. I'm a freshman majoring in computer science, and I'm from Boston.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm a freshman studying psychology, and I'm from Boston.
Hi, my name is Alexis. I'm a junior studying computer engineering at Michigan.
Hi guys, my name is Anyakani Noyo. I go by Annie. I'm from Nigeria studying mechanical engineering.
Hi everyone, I'm Shannon. I'm a sophomore in SMG, and I'm from Fall River, Massachusetts.
Hey, I'm Tiffany. I'm a sophomore going to Sergeant, and I'm from Hartford.
Hi, I'm Kendall Willis, and I'm a freshman in CAS from
Hello, I'm David Ogudara. I'm a freshman in biomedical engineering in Boston.
Hi, I'm Janessa. I'm a sophomore studying mechanical engineering, and I'm from Southern California.
Hello, my name is Josh. I'm a freshman in the College of Arts and Sciences studying economics.
Hi, my name is Stewart. I can stand it. I realize I can stand it. I'm a software computer engineer. I'm a software computer engineering, and I'm from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
I'm William Belt. I'm a sophomore going to the College of Communications, major in public relations, and I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm from Albert, from California.
Hi, everyone. My name is D.A. Walker. I'm in school management, and I'm from Fort Worth.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm a sophomore in the health science, and I'm from Hawkeye.
Hi everyone, my name is Amira. I'm a sophomore in the College of Arts and Sciences. I'm from London.
Hi, my name is Sherry. I am a sophomore in CAS.
My name is Rebecca. I'm studying advertising.
Hello, my name is Mohammed Bilal. I'm a sophomore studying biology in CAS.
Hi, my name is Johnny. I'm taking on student and faculty in the third
Hi, my name is Miss Daniel. I'm a senior at CAS, and I'm from Boston.
Hi, my name is Jeanette. I am a sophomore.
I'm a junior at the College of Arts and Sciences studying biology and molecular biology, and I believe.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I am a junior in housing engineering, studying biomedical engineering, and I'm from the Hi everyone, I'm Christina Andrews.
My name is Ron Francis. I'm a junior in the School of Management.
Hello everyone, my name is Portia. I am a junior in CS
My name is Chelsea, and I'm a senior at
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm a sophomore in CS and I'm Hi, my name is Valerie. I'm from College of Arts and Sciences. I'm a sophomore.
So, Wesley Washington, sophomore, My name is my name is David Mel. I'm a sophomore in SCP.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris. I'm a sophomore and I'm from Virginia.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vicky.
My name is Ashlyn. I'm a sophomore studying sociology.
Hi, everyone. My name is Camila Rafael. I am a sophomore studying management, and I'm my name is Margie. Hi, I'm Marla Cobb. I'm studying sociology and Spanish, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm from Massachusetts. Hi, my name is Lindsay. I'm a freshman at CES, and I'm from the University. Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm also a freshman in CES, and I am from Chicago, Illinois. I'm Jalen. I'm a sophomore in CAS studying sociology. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. Hi, I'm Jasenia. CGS. I'm Hey y'all, my name is Raven. I'm a freshman in CAS.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Francis Pena. I'm an alumni, class of '09 with that there. Economics, CAS, and I'm from Boston.
And I'm looking for a little bit. I'm looking for
Bachelor of Science Economics, got my Master's of Education from Harvard Graduate School of Education, working in construction for secondary mathematics.
My name is Steve Gonsalves, SMD 2016 Miami.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra Mokwenya. I'm from stand up Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra Mokwenya. I'm a sophomore studying environmental analysis and policy, and I'm from Tennessee, Georgia.
Hello, my name is Amali. I'm a junior in CAS in New Jersey. Does anyone else want to or just begin? So we're introducing ourselves and where we're from and what our
met each other. We don't all know each other yet, but before life is over, we're going to know each other. Attention, everyone, please.
Mario, that was sophomore.
Okay. So we can get to why we're here. I'm going to let some of your peers move through asking them these questions. But I think we're all here because one thing that is universal, and I'm going to go into my Howard Thurman bag, is that we all want to belong, we all want to be liked, and it's all about friendship. And we're all different, and we all bring different gifts to the table. But there's no reason why we cannot, at the very least, be friends. We may or may not choose to call each other brothers and sisters. That's a personal thing that you work out as you develop your friendships. But the most important thing that you all have in common here is you're part of the community. And that's okay. And for each and every one of us to be successful, whether we know it or not, or want to accept it or not, we need each other. So tonight, we're coming together to share our feelings about what this community is and should be for us all to be successful folks here. And that includes me, because I can't be successful if I don't have students, not just in this room, but across our campus, that care about each other, respect each other, are willing to live, learn, and socialize with each other. So welcome, and please say your name, where you're from, and what you do. Your name, where you're from, and what school you do. So I think the important thing to also know is that while a couple of students may be asking a question, I think most of you know that many of you wanted to have this gathering. So whatever the questions are, whatever the answers are, please do not take them. Come in, ladies. Do not take them as their personal agenda. The agenda is for us all. And many people have contributed to the questions and the thoughts that are expressed in them.
Once again, good evening, everyone. My name is Portia. Again, I'm currently the vice president for the
Hi, everyone. Again, my name is John, and I'm president of the
So on behalf of the Louisville BDSA and so it's saying when that's and that's all of them. Ms. Bonner, my co-professional, just want to thank all of you guys for coming out. We greatly appreciate it. And as Ms. Kennedy mentioned, the purpose of this meeting is to really find out what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, and whatever we're doing wrong to correct. So the first, we have a couple of prepared questions, and we're going to go into the questions instead. Just kind of fill them out, and we've had a conversation flow like that.
And just to keep it below the structure of the rating,
So we're going to start off, the first question is, what do you identify as a Black community here? Before we can even continue on what we're saying, we have to identify the thing that we call the Black community, make sure that we're all on the same page, all on the same page about what it is. So,
Let me just say this. We all don't have to be on the same page, because everyone may not identify the same. What is important is that if we are a Black community, that we are willing to acknowledge that and support each other on that basis. Because everyone in this room may not identify as Black. So the real important thing is are we willing to stand up and be recognized as a viable Black community? For many reasons, which I don't think I have to explain to all of you.
I come from Atlanta. I want to be or but growing up in Atlanta, we were all out into everybody about Black people. Yeah, so all African descent is to be Black. And I came to Boston, it was really big opportunity that, oh no, I'm not Black, I'm not Black, I'm not Black like that. And that whole something that is really like, I don't know, like, really wrong for Black. I think that the Black community to me is comprised of all of different different identities. I think that a lot of people don't recognize it like because of their social beliefs, but I think it's really like I would add to that. I think I'd add to
Well, like, I mean, to be a part of the, I mean, I think all Black people are Black, but I think the Black community should be to support us as well. I think
I don't think there's something that they actually define what a Black community is, because I'm converted, that's off the West Coast of Africa. Some people look at me and be like, oh, you're not Black, you're light skinned. You know, but at the end of the day, I said I identify myself as Black. So I don't think a certain thing you stand on the community and say, oh, this is what a Black community is. You know? So I don't know, I just feel like it's pretty broad, you know what I'm saying? I consider myself Black. People look at me like, oh, you're white boy, or oh, you Spanish. I'm Black.
my name is Liz, and what I consider listening to is a lot of times I feel like the term Black community often is equated to and we often think of it as other cultures in the Black culture. There's such a pressure, or like there's kind of pressure to be advertised maybe that is like there's a certain aspect of people that like not not agree with the wrong, you know, I think that's pretty much as well. There's like there's something like that, there's something like that. Not every Black person. You're not but a lot of times we that it's not as an umbrella, everyone should be included, not from African descent, not just based on
open or clear, more clear about what our backgrounds are, not just in the fact that I feel like that's there.
I agree. I feel like society and a lot of different like other cultures try to generalize like the black race and try to put people under that one, like she's saying, that one umbrella being black. And I sometimes feel like people of different cultures or people of different descent that are still African, they kind of get upset if you run on that umbrella and give them same stereotypes and stereotypical terms going after them, but it's not necessarily a part of their culture themselves. But then I feel like sometimes the people of those different cultures that are still considered that are still black because they're from African descent, make those stereotypes that the society goes with them, and they make that create divisions in our own culture, which I don't like. It's kind of it's a kind of point of all the things that we all black, we all are connected in some kind of way, and sometimes those like society generalizations of those we make that divide us.
The second question we have is, have you felt welcome into what you would consider black community since you've been
I think during the spring, I had a meeting with you that was pretty cool. You know, you started right away to like, but I felt like I wasn't invited to that community. And part of that reason is because everybody's on the West Coast. I live in Oakland, so I go to state, I see like maybe two Spanish people, two black people, and it's like, I don't know, man. You guys segregated yourselves. You know?
Everyone was there. So I feel like I totally started with them and just, you know, still don't. I would say I definitely felt welcome, but I don't understand how to feel it. We like to say much to you. So it was a lot easier for me to feel the body comfort. But like some people they have really a lot of money that something and I feel you, especially if the classes don't have enough to get like in classes. So there's sometimes it's good enough. If they get wrong in that class, it's kind of hard for them to kind of find it like you how it's done.
Oh, hi, I'm Vicky. So for me, I think so. I don't think it's like medical campus, but it's really hard to out. So I think it's my biggest welcome, but as a black student, when I saw like another black student, I was like, oh my god. And coming from like my background, like from Brooklyn, like everywhere. So for me, like I definitely feel this like you're black, I'm black, we don't make each other. But as like a part of like the community over there, like
That's going to be up to Syria. Graduate experience is the same as graduate experience. So I think, because I think graduate students come with a different focus, and their primary interest is not social. And and I think, but that doesn't mean it doesn't mean, or that they don't desire to be connected, but they do tend to live in silos based on the fact that they are older and some of them are not single, have families. It's just a whole other dynamic. So I just want to put that out.
My name's Annie.
So I'm originally from Nigeria and I schooled there for a bit, but right before coming to BU, I was in a boarding school at Vermont for Connecticut. So I'm used to being like the only black person in the class and that type of thing. So coming to BU, I didn't really expect there to be much of a black community, so I wasn't that surprised when I didn't really see a lot of black people. But when I did, when it was like a one-on-one thing, like she said, and you see that one person in the class, it was very easy to be like, oh, hey, where are you from? And like get friendly. But when they were like a group of black people, like 2 or 3, nobody came to say hi to me. I didn't even really feel comfortable going to say hi to them. So there was that disconnect when there was a group.
Okay, I was gonna say that I felt welcome. I was gonna say that I feel welcome. I felt welcome from the community, but I just because I was college, and so I feel like this is support one another, and I feel like I feel like if I just was kind of happy and just from the back on my own, I wouldn't feel supported. I feel like because I feel strong. That's why I felt so supported. I was out and happy and out passionate and back home.
Let's take, let me just explain this so you clear. You say not welcome support, are you talking about students or industry?
As an advocate for what more of this question than going over I said I saw Alex and then Rosie. So we have one person came in the spring, and then kids got in the coffee and the fall, and then came. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Our group came in the fall to coffee, so they're different experiences. But I was just wondering if you guys are all asked
I think it is an access issue, and it's not your fault. I think the fact that there really isn't any easy way for you to know who is a student here that is black. I have that same issue. The university is very guarded about giving out that information. So unless you see someone in the class, in the residence hall, on the campus, and you feel brave enough to walk up, but let's also acknowledge that most of us tend to be fearful of rejection. So it takes a lot to step outside your comfort zone, to walk up to someone you don't know, who may not be smiling, who may be plugged in, who's not even looking at who's passing them because they're preoccupied with their own business when they're getting to our campus. So there are a lot of reasons why we don't know each other and then don't interact. Once a year, in September, the Clemens Center hosts what I call race-based welcome reception for that very purpose. And every freshman that has checked off the box that they're Black, African American, some kind of acknowledgement gets invited. And I have to say, this year, this past September, was the smallest number ever in the history of us, our doing. We only had about half a dozen students show up. And they were all women, except for the 2 male athletes, the runners, who came in but couldn't step. So I'm not sure why you all didn't come, because every freshman was invited. Maybe it's because you didn't know the person, you didn't know me, you didn't whatever. But I think another question I want to throw out, I want you to think about is the answer why you don't have some of this community. I'm going to say this now as an administrator. One of the things people that we do is we look for and admit the best of the best in the nation. And some of you are so determined to be great scholars that I think you miss some of the opportunities to have a social life. And I noticed this past academic year that many of you immediately got into the books and didn't go to some of the obvious social events that are set up to welcome you and to have you go to the community, whatever that community is. We have decent welcoming and all kinds of events, including Splash, which Shashay said, which used to be the place where, whether you were a returning student or a new student, you could see the black folk that were here. And usually folks were so excited to see each other, that was a way that people initially made friends and signed up for mutual funds. Right? So somehow that was lacking a bit this year. Even though the groups were there to welcome you, some of you, and I'm not just picking on a question, I'm just saying anybody who is invited to Splash, that didn't happen. I think that's part of the breakdown this year. But you know what? I don't really think we have to spend our evening beating ourselves up about why we haven't had it. What I'm really hoping we walk away from is the fact that if we're in this room, we want it to be, whatever it's called, or not called. But the most important thing is, we have to remember, no matter where we're from in this world, no matter what our socioeconomic status is, if you have skin with melanin in it, the white person says you're black. Whether you're from the islands, from the continent, from America, no matter what your ancestry is or your current existence, they look at us and we're all black. Okay? And if you don't think that there is concern about our success and moving forward in this nation, just look at the news every day and see how our president is treated. And the president of the United States, I realize he's president. Votes from other places. From the day he took office, and they have no problem saying, we're going to make them feel that this is a black man. And Marlo knows I love her, so she's not uncomfortable. Because I was part of the program. So I'm just saying that we don't, I think the questions are important. I think we run it back and see what's concerning you. But I really hope that we spend more time deciding how are we going to build a community on this campus where we all are going to be successful, we're all going to have relationships, we're all going to be happy and glad that we're here. And know that you can walk up to any of these folks, and even some that are not able to do it tonight, and know that you have a relationship. I'm going to put Francis on the spot. I originally said don't invite alumni, because their time is past. But Francis is from Boston like me, and he was a young man that could have been anything to anybody, but found a community and was successful here, academically as well as socially. So share a little bit about how that happened with Washington. And I think the other thing is that where we are right now is not a new state for us as black folks. It's cyclical, especially at BU. We go through periods and we're really close and everybody's loving each other, and then we have a small period of time every now and then, and I've been here 23 years, so I know what I'm talking about, where we don't know each other. You were here during a period where folks were not friends.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want to take up the space because I want to So 2 weeks ago, there was a Young Alumni of Color event, reunion that was put together. So I attended that. We had a round table, like open discussion with some of these young students. And it was fascinating to hear about like this question, is there a black community that has changed? And I was really curious on what has happened, what's the catalyst for that, why has it changed? And what can we do as alumni to support you? Because we should do that. Like we've been through it, we've been chairs on multiple of these different organizations, and you don't have too many, first of all. It's like 80 years ago. Right? So too many. But what can we do to support? And I mean, the most I will say, because I don't want to dominate this isn't my topic, but I want to support everyone here, is I mean, not only did we have Splash, but there was also some like multicultural leaders. And every organization, whether you identify yourself as Black or Latino or any other multicultural organization, would volunteer to host students, multiple students. When I lived in South Campus, I hosted like 3, 4 students on my floor. And that was a way to have that connect. And no, they all didn't come to be because throw out a lot of money, to be honest. But for the ones that did, they already had a current student or someone who was becoming an alumni that year that they could connect with immediately once they got on campus. And because of that connection, they kept that connection, they would talk, and it would be a great time that that community kept going. So that was one thing. Another thing is that there was a smaller amount of us when I started in the 05. Like a very small amount, which meant there was also a smaller amount of student groups. So you had Umoja, you had Nesby. That was about it. So if you was going to like join any group, you had 2 options, and it wasn't like necessarily like segregating themselves or even separating themselves into cultural affiliation. Whereas it's easier to do that now. You have a bigger amount, you have more choices, and with those choices, you form these comfort zones, and you stay siloed in that. Why? Because I'm Haitian, this is going to be my group. I'm good over here. And I'm not just getting at that group, any other group at that, but I'm saying that we can become siloed within what we feel comfortable with. And part of this discussion is figuring out how to get out of those silos and share that information and form this community. And what was coming up was a difference between being Black as identified as a racial construct and being Black as identified as a cultural construct in America. And to have this discussion and to break that part down about the cultural constructs and get a chance to like really talk to each other and project out there like we are diverse and we are beautiful, that's where we need to go. But we also have to accept this other construct that this is a racial construct and we're Black. And that's something that a lot of dialogue and even headbutting happened during my year. And talk to them about we feel like, dang, we didn't leave enough blueprint for enough support so that way this cycle wouldn't have happened at the extent that it's sitting right now. But I'm really proud that you guys are and ladies are doing this right now. So I didn't probably answer that, but I said a lot more than I planned to. I'm going to shut up now.
So before we go into that, I just thought about a question. If I might do it correctly, but it's something that I'm thinking about in terms of so the experience of how you kind of identify as Black, or how you interact with Black folks, how you see the Black community on campus, depending on your background, right? So I grew up in the Bronx. I went to high school in Harlem. So my mentality is, like, if you can see a Black community, you can gather a little bit. You know what I mean? But maybe that's not the same mentality of others. Maybe I'm ignorant to a lot of things that somebody else has. So can you speak a little bit about, if you grew up in an environment where you were around a lot of Black people and finding that comfort zone as difficult as someone who has a different experience? And I feel like we need to inform each other who maybe the background of what exactly that is.
Hi, Victoria. While I am a senior, growing up, I was in a predominantly white environment. So for me, I wasn't necessarily looking for a Black community, and because that's not what I was very accustomed to having right friends, and that was really good. And I thought that was and what actually happened for me is the Black community became itself. And like that was the Facebook, that was like orientation, that was my guy. And it was a very different experience. Just And I personally did feel accepted, but I will say I felt accepted amongst other freshmen, not necessarily outside of my acceptance came strictly from like from international students, and I never to the rest of the class. I never tried to come from so try to remember that everybody now, but I do it. But I do it something like this. I do remember that I tried every single person has the international association, international or someone who identifies as to reach out to someone I never had that idea. You have anything about how you would I never had that really anybody else around me. The last year, but because of that, I was able to email volunteers or emailing them before that. And so I really feel about your field or whatever. I'm not known someone who's
So my name is Brandy, and I think I have to say that our experiences may differ like regionally. I'm from Atlanta, so I'm from the South, and like there's a lot of Black people, and Black people in Atlanta are kind of, I would say like different than Black people. Like there's kind of a culture shock, and like with Boston, and I would say like in Atlanta, I can like smile at someone, they'll like face that, and but here it's like you don't really like eye contact or people like that. I don't know if it really is but that really has an impact on like why we feel like the Black community
well, I mean, I came from a predominantly Black town, and so my high school was predominantly Black. My friends were all Black, but I always wanted to escape the environment that I was in because I just don't feel connected to you just because you're Black. And a lot of people that were there were not aiming for success. So like my group of friends who were of like a free life program, those are my group of friends. That I didn't feel like, oh, because you're Black, you know. And when I came here, I feel like, oh, because you're Black, you know, I feel like we should be tough. Like I'm gonna try to start a conversation with you, but coming from going to multicultural, like they helped me a lot of Black people. For the time
I'm Charlie, I'm a freshman, and I just wanted to I did feel welcome here, but because I had a different background, I guess I came from school that had 10 Black students in my year out of 2 and so I felt like there wasn't like that community, and I was like, so I looked at the same eye and that's it. So when I came here, I feel like I didn't really know that community because I wasn't here at all, and I think that's a lot. So my name is Office, and I'm a senior.
So I'm from Long Island, but I grew up in Japan for a little bit. So my high school was diverse. We had it exclusively, but I would say I was lucky to have the opportunity to go to a diverse school. And being in the school environment, it was a very focused opportunity of recognizing that full blackness, the culture, and individuals that exist. So that was difficult for me. I tried every club. Like I tried Christmas club, religious groups. I tried everything, and I wasn't useful. But I wasn't speaking a black community. And I remember getting everything from Slack. I didn't want to go to these parties, but at that point I was desperate to just go to something. So I just happened to go there, and I wasn't looking for it. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to be there, but it just happened. And I was like, okay, people really like me. And I think I've been in different leadership in the black organizations. That's something that I never expected. For me, I didn't feel welcome by my freshman class. I really never felt pretty good. So I felt like I was disadvantaged and our arguments and so I definitely think it has to be really understanding how what's clear and true. I remember freshman asking me why I wasn't there. And that, I felt like what what's true. But it really does make it what's true. And I think that other classes reach out to me, and that's how I kind of survive the freshman. And I think, other classes have to be able to keep it out. It's difficult, but we
So I think my freshman year was quite a struggle. I didn't feel particularly welcomed by the black community because when I would introduce myself, like, "Hi, I'm Alex. I'm from Tennessee." Georgia. Like, "Oh my God, you're a practice scholar?" No. Next would be like, "Oh my God, did you go to MCW?" No, I didn't. I couldn't afford to be up here for that, so I was out becoming an orientation at MCW. It was definitely a struggle, and I don't think it was until I met my lovely HCA foundation, my lovely, friends and really HCA that I really started to feel comfortable. And I met my first black friends, and I stayed over for the summer to volunteer at Ayova. And then it's been great ever then. I've just been meeting more black people, but it's definitely good that happened.
So I have two different schools. And this is what I'm saying from, about 50% black to so when I came to the U, I wasn't necessarily seeking the black community. I didn't ask that was avoided or anything, but I didn't really see that as a sort of factor of my experience here. So the majority of the time that we have the black athletes, that I think that's it that way. But I felt like when I came to all the other issues, I thought that's kind of weird. It's like, well, I like friends, I like people. Come to find out that it wasn't good at so it smells good. If you friends or not, I'm like, but I think it's great. Definitely good coming to people and to check that and hopefully on and out and really make academic plans elsewhere. So I think if there was more of a push by the general student body to actually be more accepting of all students, I think that would be helpful. And then if the events were a little bit more publicized, I thought we could get basic notification of this from that. More advanced notification for the different things.
Yeah, I guess just know something I would talk about. I remember 2 years ago at the black student, I just heard it like out the corner of my field. It seems to be one part it's way too quick. Yeah, they came and they were like, this is way too quick. So something that she like, I would say, I think it's pretty much. And I did have actually selected I will say that this year, as opposed to like my freshman sophomore year, there was a lot more collaboration between a lot of the student groups, which is something that I did not see my freshman year or my sophomore year. So I guess maybe it pushed it back. Just the whole statement. So, that happened, but like I had the mentality of, people that I'm here, like, oh, people like me, I was toxic. I came here and I was like, we're all blacks. So I remember before coming here, I found all black students on Facebook. I was like, one group, that's all site. So that's what happened. Do you have any more?
My experience was different because I came from a high school that was about 20% black as an African American, so I wasn't accustomed to all the different cultures here. And I emailed, an organization here on campus. I said, I want to run what black people do. Where are they? I emailed back saying, actually, here, whatever, but you need to open yourself up to other people. I said, okay, that's cool. So. All that, but like, I wasn't, as you used to say, I didn't feel welcome, and I especially didn't like this unique. I didn't really feel welcome as an African American either. So, which is strange, but like, it's still happening. But that's
before we go back, can you just introduce yourself? So it's your name, where you're from, your student.
I'm Brian. I'm a freshman.
Great.
The question says, how can the Black community educate the rest of the university about our presence and importance of the university? The question is, how can the Black community educate the rest of the university about our presence and importance of the university? All right, so I think we all agree with there. Okay, so I went to the private school for a little while, and then I switched back to the public school system, so I've kind of seen both sides of things. I think I'll just say, in the white community, they think they can approach us in a certain way that they can see on TV. They've either seen on TV or they've gotten from their other Black friends back home that it's a bit they can use it anywhere, or they can make these defensive comments and it's okay and we'll laugh along with it. And I'll be the first to say maybe when I was growing up I allowed it just because I didn't know how to respond to it. But once you coming to college and meeting with Black people and realizing and identifying or becoming more comfortable with yourself and identifying who you are, you realize it's not okay, it's not wrong. So I think that's when people make comments like that, little microaggressions like that, we need to be like, that's not okay. You don't have to come at them like mad and angry. You just have to be like, say that's the wrong person and make it respond. So I think that's the first step. Educating people close to you who make certain ignorant comments. But again, I guess it's what that's ignorant and it's your job to educate one another.
So for my freshman year, actually, someone, I was in one, and there was a girl, she said, hey, you were joking about that.
So I have a lot. I disagree with it. But we'll see if I can go. But in my head, like I've been kind of working through but I thought that what we could do is I could even march it. Because I was actually asking what the opposite when they were marching, but I'm okay. I thought they were going to walk in combat, so yeah, I'm not pleased enough, but they're walking Massachusetts or something. So I was like, oh, like, if you just, I don't know what you have to say, like, walk on the combat, and then keep on it, you know, President Obama says, oh, black people, so like, I know we have a lot of them, we don't have many black people. There are financial aid. So, you know, the next day, the fact that we have these groups, the fact that we have this concern, doesn't mean that we can't present to President Brown. It's just an example of the fact that, I mean, if you go in the space, you can listen. But last year, we were celebrating the anniversary. His wife came and moderated one of the panel sessions that we had. We did not have good attendance at this event, but she was there ready to show up. So when we have opportunities like that, we have to take advantage of them because they don't come every day. And now that we at least have this link to Dr. Brown, Dr. Brown, we can take advantage of it and then get to where we want to get to.
So it's really tough. We should actually do that. Like, I have a friend who did that. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. He called me and she was like, yo, about to go see him. So it is something.
It's something that you see as a concern for all of us. There's no reason why all the black boys can't come together and have a conversation.
I think it's really hard to educate other people when we ourselves are not educated. I'm an Afghan minor, and it is sad that the number of people the number of people not in this classroom. So every day I talk to professors who are, but often I talk to professors in the Afghan program who are like, we're not going to be able to have this class if students aren't taking it. So have, the resources there. Amazing professors in that program. They're like world renowned. Like, I don't know if you guys know England, or like you can just talk on the phone with like people in Angola or like buying plane tickets to get on Angola and stuff. And it's not just like African Americans who think of it. They do a lot of work with blacks and minor Americans. So that's important. But their options, that's what they say. Most of the actually goes along with what Jane just said. I work at the Academic Studies Office, and every year we have to see what the students are doing. It's really sad to say that the studies are actually right. And also I feel like as black people, we kind of isolate ourselves and act as if we're all the black people. Where, for example, like if you're from the or like from the West Indies, I used to be asking questions like, what is the West Indies? Is that India? Or things like that. So I don't get like shocked. I'm not pissed off. I just want people to be ignorant to it, and I just tell them. That's why a lot of times we get more upset or like irritated when people see us as ignorant and also as us as oh, you're black man, like I'm not West Indian. I feel like people get irritated with it because it's kind of like you're still black. I think we're more good things from that. Like everything for you guys to be talking to each other. You can't expect everyone to know because in reality, I think if you're black, you don't know as much as there is in my life. You really watch TV and all that kind of stuff. Like, how many locals and all that stuff like that. Like, how did that, in America, it's like Americans have the tendency to just separate each other and not try to learn what they push. Live off of it together, so they just have it. I think that's one thing we need to do is try to be less ignorant and try to be less push off and more informative with ask questions. Even if they use it to answer.
on both sides, which is fine. But she made a point of making sure that I wrote stories that I'm like, she could still understand that it wasn't just fun. I get that, but why are you taking the time to really establish my point? It's something that's working across different classes. And so it's like, here's me, not expected. The other thing is, I'm in and there are a decent number of Black people, and looking at the advertising side. So, they're only a handful. And most of them are Black students. How it is. But I've had professors go inside and try to let me know that I have to use my Blackness as sort of a way to get my thing. That I should highlight the fact that I'm Black. I really have to know that if I show up to interview, oh yeah, I don't that shows me to be clear. It's sort of showing up my cultural differences. And that's fun. I understand differences. Yes, that is what we do. But it's weird. I never had someone doing this that was talking about my race needs to be affected. We get mad at them for joking like, if someone who's Black, I'm not going to do that stuff. Then I'm fighting for whatever. If you like to make those things, you like to do that. From you, and I don't think it's anything either. I don't think that we should be on that people and jokes and saying comments. But it's a lot of them that I don't understand why they would be. I think that's if we stop doing that, then they would be doing enough. Replace the issue that we why, really say, oh, you think that
Let's take two more.
I want to go back to the question, but
I was thinking that the rest of the university about presence and importance.
so, I think a lot of really Black cultural interests, but I feel like we don't see the message. I think it's relatively good to that. And I feel like people forget the fact that it's really Black. And the thing is that presidents from all these different groups go in and meet them and ask them questions or ask them to help them out, and they'll get funded, they'll get this, I don't see enough of all of these going on. And I hope that's something that this is a feel like I've had this office, I feel like they do want to reach out to it. They're not going to, if it's not useful, then they're not going to help us out. But if we, honestly, we can, there isn't, but if we keep saying that, and if we don't push ourselves to make ourselves known, because we are important, we want to be on the campus, I don't think we can expect that. I don't think we can expect to reach the campus if we're not going there as well. And the thing something, I just think it's actually, we had a video a couple of weeks ago with he made a comment. It was like, he said, it's a shame that Dr. Martin Luther King alma mater is Dr. White people. And why can't we take that to President Brown? Why can't we take this to President Brown or Elmore and say, why isn't this happening? There are at least a number of us here. If they care about the experience, so all these grievances that we have and we're saying administration to administration, we got to go to them and tell them, well, y'all need to do something about it. I don't mind, and I wasn't just saying like specifically about this, especially as an African studies building, as an African studies center, I would just say I agree that you have the right to hear your experiences.
you, but just be sure you are correct. Just make sure that you are unified, that you have taken care of the business that you need to take care of, that your student groups are in compliance, that you all know each other, and you know our door is open to everyone, not just for you, but individual students. When he says that, when we get you to this campus during orientation, if you don't remember it, I'm reminding you. But also keep in mind, no, this isn't to be emphasized, I just these little stinks. Let's keep in mind and remember, it is the sole black man, dean of students. We can't take on our fight if we don't have his back. Okay? So just like you mentioned, our black students taking the African American Studies classes that some years ago black students bought the university to bring here. Professor Haywood comes to my office every month. The flyers are on my board every day. You all don't even come to the Thurman Center. And I know some of you are going to say, where is it? We don't know about it. But, so, you know, before you, I'm not saying don't go to President Brown, but go correct. And you don't have, and we don't always have to go ugly. I think someone else said that earlier. Just as ASO wanted some primary person when they were planning their event last year, I'm the one that said, that's Dr. Brown. And not only did she come, but she made connections for people who are interested in public health. And she shows up at stuff, even just sending her an invitation. So, I mean, we don't always have to be antagonistic. We can put our concerns, I'm being careful about using the word grievances, having been a journalist, but our concerns, our issues, it's all well and good to do that. But also, I'm just telling you, don't make Dean Elmore a problem. Because he has the same fight that you have and that I have. He's always in our corner with you.
Now we're going to make one more people maybe the
But and so he didn't know how to do that. So like, Dr. McNabb wants to later why he's going to say that, and so I have to a lot of these things are holding yours first, but like 20 years. So, like, like not everything out. Like not everything is going to become like,
All right, so we're going to move on to the next questions, comments. And I'm going to read both of these only because they have the same theme, which is the idea of kids. It's ironic that I just pulled them out there. So the first one says, I don't feel like there is a black community at BU. There seems to be several cliques that might not be very welcoming or here to be judgmental. The other one is pretty lengthy. It says, the black community at BU tends to only come together in social events and once in a while in discussion panels that are more culturally engaging activities. What concerns me is that in times other than on those events, people don't tend to come together and actually support each other. The black community seems to be divided in all these different cliques that only interact when official events happen. So, anyone wants to comment on that?
My experience I came in with coffee, and many people were outside around, but it couldn't be further from it. I felt completely that, and I was saying this. You know, there were blocks in this organization that didn't come anywhere near where I came from, and I didn't feel in touch with any of them. And people that I did feel in touch with, I didn't feel in touch with at all. And so I wandered for that whole semester around the youth campus, really thinking about transforming out my heart, you know. And you know, I had some people reach out to me like and stuff. It was like I didn't feel like I could connect. And when I talked about black issues, I was called a 1970s black like civil rights student. Like what kind of old crap is that? I've had people tell me some crap like that, and it really makes me think about, you know, what it could be like for a student on campus who might be black, and you can even relate to anyone here. You've got cliques that are created, and even though I was put in a classy clique, it doesn't mean that I related to that clique. You know what I mean? And so then I found myself stagnant because I can't break out of where I got stuck in. And so I can't reach the top down and anything else because I already know all these things are going out. And so the only thing that I can really stress is about our experience in there. It's I would not be in this room or in this campus because that's I promise. I would have met most of it in this room. And I would stress people to know that that's a space where you can achieve many of the goals we talked about today. If you want to go out there every Agra, when I'm sitting there on Friday night, we talk about racism, like sometimes I'm the only black person there. Like, and it's not to say that, you know, like Chelsea, I remember we talked about whiteness in America. Like, you're the only two people there. Like, and we were able to like keep the coffee out and like explain to what it's like. And so, and at the same time, I'm able to meet black people like understood me, you know. And so, if you want to break out those cliques, you guys sometimes step out of your comfort zone and get ready to feel uncomfortable for it. That was a comfort walk at the very beginning, but it really helped me network. So that's my one of the things.
I can really add to the episode of the so my name is Josh. I'm a freshman. I share a lot of the same things that he said, but I'm just like two comments and actually prior questions. So I feel like we forget that how strong we can be as a whole, and my point of saying that is that. So I'm a freshman. I can see in 1 year that we are very segmented, and it's almost like we segregate ourselves, whether it's all black people in West Campus, whether it's on the Asian side or on ASA, and it's like we get in these cliques on this data, and we have to branch out. And it's like, who are you? Who are you guys? Like, this is the most black people that I've seen the whole entire year. Honestly, I didn't know like how you guys exist. Like, that's my point of saying that. So it's like once we unify ourselves and we all come together as one, then we say we can start strong.
Coming into the spring semester, I felt like everybody already had a quick, and everybody was in their comfort zone. So that was one of the things I felt like brought me back to kind of get interested into the community because everybody was like, hey man, I already dealt with that problem, way back. Sorry, I'm over with my group already. But I felt like if I came freshman year, it would have been different for the fact that no one would have friends who probably would have gone through it on the same page. But for the fact that I came my junior year, I had that issue. The girls are cool. Girls are nicer than guys. Guys like that.
And I think that with such an organization that has this strong history and unity, I think that we can have our place. I think honestly, one of the reasons we have because of the demise of some of the holders and I'm part of one, so I can say that we don't have our act together. So I feel that we need to have a stronger representation that we come correct and so we can focus on the 15 that we're to have a stronger presence and of course by having a stronger presence and having a stronger network in terms of 16 in college that we can achieve the purpose of college.
My comment just overall is that I feel like in life, it's like, so like, where did you go wrong? Because it's normal for people to be like, this is my friend, but we're still cool. So like, where are we going wrong in terms of the purpose?
But we really now we're graduating and our problem, but someone asked
We'll take 3 more. 1, 2. I'm gonna take a couple more.
So we had these problems my freshman year too. Like my freshman year, it was legitimately, why don't black people smile back when we smile at them? Like that took 30 minutes of the first half of the conversation. And it's like being there, like I was like, yeah, why don't we smile back? That's protected. We all smile back. But now looking back at it, like the question about why we just want to congregate around hard social things, like if your mom's in the hospital, you want everyone in this room to know your mom's in the hospital? Like, that's not okay. Like, you go to these large social events, and then you take that back with you, like, or you take someone to this social event, but it's like when you go back home and have like all of your friends that you day to day. Because at the end of the day, this kid ain't graduating with you. Like, you're on your own. You have your own dream. You're gonna go on with your own life. But the things in college that you can take from things like yoga or like ASO is how to bring someone to an event. Or how to meet someone at that event and like be like, hey, let me add you on Facebook. You want to study this. That's how you do events out and really build it. At least from my perspective. Because if you're gonna sit here and say like, oh, this person get reached out to me, or like all of you guys are gonna have different Facebook friends and might get different like telling other people that you're going to and where it is. Like that is a lot to the community on like a grassroots level than having to be like a
more than needs to be in my bedroom.
Alright, so we're gonna take some more people, but I want to get people who haven't spoken yet. So you just go to
In regards to like
when
I don't know. I'm from Atlanta and like Brandy did the very thing that I wish everybody, including myself, I'm guilty of this thing, but not guilty enough of this thing. She came up to me in the HBC or in the GSU. I was just sitting there by myself. I was on my phone. She came up and she sat down right across from me, stared at me, saying, "I can see you're coming." And she was like, "Hey, I'm from Chamblee. I went to Dunwoody. We're rival schools, but like I don't know. There's not enough of like." Yeah, like I see it. What's your name again? I see you on comment all the time, but I'm afraid to say hello because I feel like nobody wants to say hi back. So it's like, hello everyone, I'm Chelsea. I would like to be friends with every single one of the people in this room, but for some reason it just doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. I don't know why, but I think it's ridiculous because there's not enough of us. And like we have to unify before we get white people to what? No. We have to unify before we even discuss getting white people to take us seriously as a community. Because we're not a community. If I walk down the street and you're black, I should be able to say hi because I'm black and you're black, that should be okay. That's what I think. I don't know if everyone agrees with that. Maybe it's racial profiling. I wave and smile.
I mean, in terms of clicks, I gave one. I just know keep not saying. That's a click in there myself. That's important. But no. In terms of, I guess, breaking out the clicks, like I try to do that. Be involved in the city government, allocations, those that organizations that don't have a lot of people of color. And I've tried, by having my involvement in these groups, I've tried to show, try to lead by example and demonstrate to people that are not of color that, we do not carry ourselves, we're not just what you see on television. I'm trying to give them a different perspective, picture as to how people of color can carry themselves. But then I go back and explain to people in my clips and what I've done and why I did it. And I get told that, oh, well, you just do those things because you don't like the black community. Or you just you're just whitewashed. You've been a part of that anyway. And when I hear that, I sit back and think, like I'm conflicted. I'm like, two things. It's like, okay, well, I can stay part of these clips, the black community, kind of help out here. And help build this community. Or we can help this deal with this other issue in which, like, okay, well, white people think that what they see on TV or they don't have a good understanding of how black people can be when we're organized and that we can be sophisticated. I can help educate them. So it's like, well, where the hell do I go? If I do this one, then it's like, well, I'm not demonstrating to people that are not of color that we are about, bigger things. We can't be a part of these different organizations that don't have a lot of our faces in it. But if I'm part of this other kind of clique, this other community, I get shunned out of my own community by saying that I'm whitewashed and I'm not contributing to my own personal flourishing. So I don't know like really what to do. It's like that's been bothering me since I've been here. But I guess what I've tried to do is just lead by example and help show by breaking out of my cliques that this do a better example of black people. That's all I've ever set out to do. So I just will hope and wish that you all will try to do the same thing, and not just in organizations, but in just for everyday life. Try to represent people of color just in a different light, just like that. And I think that you can help our perception here at BU and in Boston and at large, community at large, looking at that.
Looking at the second question that you have, so fine with you again. What do you all together to organize this? And one last thing, especially as a graduate student, I would love to connect with undergrad in regards to mentorship and all that. So if you're in healthcare or anything of that sort, and you're interested in research, postgraduate email, McKinsey
are Black that are at the medical school that, you know, feel like you really need to come together because I want to do well, and thank you guys so much.
And we're going to kind of switch gears just a bit. But hopefully as we go along, we still like the burden is really got to make your comment, please do. But these two comments that I'm about to read have more to do with the organizations that exist. Because as you saw, again, I kind of lost what I was saying and what I was doing. So there are several of us in total, cultural and professional groups. So anyways, the first comment is, all Black organizations need to take more accountability for the role they play in sustainability or demise of the community. And the second one is, I'm concerned with the division amongst the Black race. I know that other cultures are quick to generalize our race and disregard our uniqueness, but we shouldn't be so quick to divide ourselves. We forget we all come from the same roots. Just kind of want to tie both of those together and ask all of you, since you have your current and future leaders that you mentioned here, what can we do differently to not only welcome those freshmen that are coming in that may not come to MCW, and secondly, what can we do differently to bring all of us together as a community?
Say whether or not you yes.
I was going to say, you have to have the
I was going to say, so we talked about Splash earlier, and I was going to say, I think the way Splash got this year, and West End up, I remember when I came freshman year, and I was like, I went straight to the Black organization, and that's how I met people, and never tried to go from MCW. I think the way Splash was done this kind of wrong. For all the organizations, there's usually a Black organization, it's kind of hard to find people, pinpoint them, so I think that was, like, we talked about how that kind of gathering numbers, I think that's partially
It'll be back on the this year. We thought that would be a good idea, why we wanted to make it but this year, the other thing that's going to happen, and that's because of upperclassmen, Splash will not happen on the same day as the They're doing it a week later so that upperclassmen are back, student organizations to get their act together and be there, prepared to welcome students and sign them up. Okay.
As you mentioned, I would like to comment that is before Splash. I know this year it wasn't right after matriculation, but they had a little concert, so I was a Scarlet ambassador. They had a little concert. I went up to every Black freshman there. I mean, it may sound ignorant, but I was like, hey guys, do you want to eat Black people on campus? Like, I went up to Josh and said that. I had a cultural life pin on me. It was like, go to the Howard River Center. That's all I said. I was repping every group that was around that I knew of at that time. We don't advertise other people's events and other people's student groups. So I think that needs to be better next year.
I think just following up on that, it's not only about doing it at these big events where, like, as an incoming freshman, that's a lot to handle at that moment. I think it's about following up through the school year, walking on Common. As e-board members, it should be your obligation to reach out to these Black students. That should be your priority. Your president, Ramoja, your secretary, whatever you hold, whatever position you hold, you should be coming up to these students because that's what the outreach is. I don't know your face, I don't know your name through an email. I get tons of emails a day. I don't know you guys as people. So I think that should just be a priority for all people in positions in these organizations, as far as uniting us all.
I think you guys, my bad. I think you guys do a great job with events, but like, I want to do more than just come and talk about something. I want to get my hands in it, and I'm very frustrated because I can't do that, and I don't know why I can't. Mm-hmm. I want to be involved. I want to help you guys to like build this community, but I can't, I haven't found a way to get involved. I found a way to come to the meetings and talk and answer questions, but I haven't been able to get my hands dirty, and that's extremely frustrating.
Okay, I'm going to respond to your comment. So every board has been advertising for elections, every board is doing it. And I'm frustrated as a senior, under Katherine saying that I get it, I've been it. But when we're coming up to you, we're asking, hey, please do these things. I'm a part of PBSA, and it's a new group, and we've been doing things that I want to do. And I'm upset because no one wants to say that extra mile. If you don't get it, that's okay. If you don't have to do it, that's okay. The interview process, however you're going to vote, that is fine. But there are elections that are being held. And the fact that, we say, if you want to get involved, the opportunities are there. And then elections are happening. And I think it's very frustrating to me when, elections have to be back all of the time when the opportunities are there, but on these issues. And I think you also have to make an initiative. We talk a lot about the underpassing, the overpassing. I think underpassing also has to take a bit of that you can't always put it upon the underpassing. Because yes, you may see that kind of working people as well, but you have to have a balance. You have to take it upon yourself. And I know that's something that happens each and every year, but as a senior, that you probably won't see me for a while. But I just want to leave you guys with that.
Before we go on to something else, I just want to kind of piggyback on what Alexa said. To say that all of our groups share the same rules and goals about elections and things of that sort, but at the same time, I can definitely take fault in saying that some of the events that we have, we just plan and we don't ask for help. And that's our bad. So something like the general body meeting that ASO has been having all year, so if we topic in our head, we're like, this is fun, let's do it. Or somebody will reach out to us about something that they want to do, like what Brian Lisa did with the Bowie. And we gave them the platform and allowed them to do that as well. That's because they came out to us. We're not reaching out as we should. So I can definitely say, as far as things are concerned, something that we talked about moving forward, and something that other people can attest to that we can also do as well. But Alexa is definitely right, and even for the work that ASO was not an easy task. We did have to actively pursue some people in order to.
Interesting survey. A lot of people say these email us. Boston versus Black Business Student Association. You don't have to be a business student to do it. I just voted for the last 2 or 3 weeks via email, via social media. So if you're interested, email us, come talk to us.
I just want to make a small comment. I do agree with what you said, though, and I do think that our leaders on campus should hold themselves accountable for that. Because at the end of the day, when you have a personal connection with someone, as opposed to a political, and some people take that more seriously than others. So I would definitely. Inside that collaboration, that personal relationship, going up to someone, that can go a much more long way into time.
Okay, I was just going to go along the lines and saying that a lot of the times also we have our events, and even though we don't necessarily work harder with the students, we do want to take in any comments or suggestions students have, or not students, but underclassmen have. And it's really hard when a lot of people don't come. For example, the Black Business Association, I'm not business student, I don't know, or whatever. A lot of times you just have to remember, I can learn something, even if I'm not a part of it. Even if I'm not West Indian, I can learn something about it. I can even just be another Black person who's talking about the other Black people. Because you really don't know what else is going on around. And you go, and a lot of times also people have you look at the same way. So our things are always in the just because of what the voice is. Because we'll probably be there, we should at least try to do that.
Can I ask a question, or maybe even something that everyone maybe needs an email that is shared with all groups, so that you should automatically be on everyone's
dealing with lying. Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, so this is just about tagging onto what Ashley had said earlier. I think in terms of talking about, like, for instance, I don't know who it was brought up the whole election thing. I'm pretty sure I'm on every email list, and I checked my email, and I didn't even know elections were happening. And so I recently spoke with somebody like, oh yeah, emotional elections, they just got pushed back again. I didn't know that was happening. So in terms of, yeah, you guys want underclassmen to be more active and take like bigger, larger roles in these organizations, but at the same time, you can say you're pubbing, but if you're pubbing to the same 10 black kids that show up to every meeting, then you're not getting the job done. And I also have another comment. Actually, I forget what it was. But yeah, that was my yeah. What did the last person say about? I'm sorry.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's the official comment I wanted to give.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna ask that we try to be a little respectful of. I know we have some really good share, but I feel like I'll take it as a personal shot here. I mean, we're all voicing our groups, but we voice mine too. But frankly speaking, the emails that I don't want to say it so, but the emails that we're sending have been sent. Like, unless you're not on our mailing list, we're sending them. I'm sorry, like we said previously, I know in some clubs at least 2 weeks in advance for all of our events. So, I mean, I don't know what email list you on, but we're going to alleviate that problem now with the news that we have, and we'll update it.
Oh, I remember that. Can I say, like, question? It's not like a more positive one. I honestly haven't got them, but I'm gonna leave that. I'm glad you guys have my email now. Another thing that I wish was that could get figured out is why do all of us have our general body meetings on the same day? Thursday. Why do we have it at the same time? Can we fix that?
Yes. Thursday separation started. I don't know if I get half
We can make better, and we will. And we're just going to take 2 more comments. We're going to take 2 more comments on, 1 and 2 right here on the 3 more on the groups, and then we're going to switch to what we can do. We're all people too, and everybody, clearly nothing happens for a comment, so. So we'll get started, Kelsey. So what are we over?
I have not had the pleasure of working with him for or anything, so I don't know a lot of you guys personally enough. But my freshman year, which was last year, it seemed from the outside like the leaders of Muja and various other student groups that are not even fully affiliated are always spread kind of thin. I don't know how much coffee you guys need to drink to keep everything together. I know you're working really hard, but it seems like there's kind of a disconnect. Maybe the keyboard should be a little bigger. Like maybe there should be a couple more positions. I have no idea, but I think that for like a little quick solution, maybe like for next fall, we should kind of all come together for the keyboards and the other crap and the political, whatever your title is, and let's all think of an awesome party. Like a really awesome party. Not as the Moja or ASO or whoever the whatever, but just people who are students in college who like to wear sweatpants on Wednesdays and say stayed up all night. We need a party, like a good, cohesive, like we plan it together, we throw it together, and like we invite everyone, not just black people, but everyone.
We're definitely. Well, definitely.
What's your name, Francis? And one thing that happened, like my senior year, is we ran into the same issue. We had a lot more student groups like starting up and people taking initiative and wanting to like pursue these other interests and make sure we was all staying connected. But now what you have, we are 4% of university. That's a very small number. That's African American, Black, identified students. So what we have is we have many people getting their spoons and they're going trying to get the same soup, trying to get the spoon out of the same pot, but it's a small pot. So what you have right now is you have a real challenge. Your challenge right now is you have multiple student groups with pretty decent sized keyboards, so that way some people can actually try to get some rest. but you are you're competing with each other right now. You're competing to get the same people to serve on your e-boards, because you have some people who don't naturally want to be on the e-board, but they will support you by going to these events. So this is a real issue that you have. So I've been there with the animosity of like, man, this is being saturated with all these different elections, and you're pushing it back, and the meeting's on the same night as ours, and this and that. And that has to come from head of student groups, having communications to like figure out what that schedule looks like. But also, you have to critically really think about what is the size of the team we're going to be, so that way we are pulling from the same project, but our school has to be a little smaller. So we are relying on the people who attend these events to help each other, and you can support each other. When I would say I was president of Speak for Yourself, spoken word slam poetry group here, and that's what we was doing. We was working with Emoji. We was working like section. We did a combination show with them. It was having this collaboration, and in order to collab, you have to know what each other is doing and having those conversations. So that's like I'm pushing everyone. If you're part of the student group, if you're not, if you want to support one student group or all of them, that's part of the discussion that you have to have. And at the beginning of the year, definitely get together, have these talks, have the grievances, and have a good party. Because we're talking about mass student group community. We're talking about being comfortable enough as a black community and having this comfort to approach each other on the streets, let everyone know what's up, how are you doing, and say hi. And yes, you're in the Northeast, so you're not going to like get a lot of people smiling at you. But most of you are not from here. There's no excuse for that. I'm from LA. Most of you are from LA. Get out of here with that. You're not, that's a terrible excuse, but it's real. So I'm only saying that, and I'm going to be quiet again, but that's everything I said, yeah. Do that.
I think this your idea is like great because like I don't know, I feel like people only go to events when there's food. So like you guys look at it as like Umoja barbecue, like everyone shows up to it. You see all these people you've never seen before, and then like first GBN, you know, like 12 people, why? Because there's a food there. I don't know, but I feel like at the same time everyone is busy. They only go to events they feel they're like interested in, and I don't see why people.
Interesting.
Yes. Exactly. And I just want to respond to that. Umoja never pushed back the elections. They're happening this year. It's actually funny. I was having a conversation with someone about kind of like that same issue. They're like, you know, what is student groups are this issue? They're like, it's student groups that are pulling us all apart. Like you don't have like functions or things. Like you don't have any functions. The only last time like what you were all in one place, you know, having a good time. So
So I mean, I think we have spent ample time on what the student groups haven't been doing right. We have taken note of it all, and I'm going to ask from all of you to do your part as well, to support, to come out, to reach out, to make yourself involved. There's only so much that we can do if you're not going to give it back. And at the same time, we've all started. I mean, I will be the person that we haven't done so well at communicating. We have started to try and collaborate. Like, thank you for dinner that happened in the fall that we had 30 people at, maybe 35, 40 people at the Young Ones House, open to all of the Black students. Or like the collaborative event that Nesby and PBSA and Umoja had, our group off. The events are starting to happen. We're getting there. We're not there yet. But our goal is to get there. And we ask that all of you help us do that. It's not a change years. Stop putting on the. We want to talk about what we can do as individuals to make sure that we can get to Black communities where it needs to be. My first suggestion would be before we start getting comments, I would just say the BU Class of 2018 page is up. There's no reason why we can't, as individuals, go on to a page and start
Sorry, I was trying to adjust before. That's why I didn't. It's burning.
Sorry, so I'm the president of WIN and the president of MAPS. I'm really so confused about WIN. Oh, sorry. WIN is the Western Network, and MAPS is the Minority Association of Students, right? So, as an organization standpoint, I feel that you guys are giving a lot of suggestions that we're listening to, we're taking note of, but at the same time, most of us have done these things. Food does not bring people out. It does not bring money has been wasted, and food has sat on my fridge. So I'm just saying, that's not, I'm not just teaching anything, it's not actually a big statement. I'm just saying, I really just want to know how we can do better because we're collaborating and we're not trying to cross each other and we're trying and people aren't showing that. So we don't know really what, we're like kind of frustrated at what else to do to see numbers increase, see increases, you know, and sometimes reaching out is hard because like
it's easier for you to get to know the upperclassmen if you participate in the organization because we are running, we're part of the people we're running it. So it's just like that's the best way to actually meet us and then network. Once you meet one upperclassman, most likely you'll be their friends and then that's how you start networking. So it's just honestly, that's what we have to do. Because we do reach out and we should probably do a better job at it, but you also have to reach out to us. So yeah, it's hard to find us, but if you do go to the studio group, you probably will find one person that will show you.
I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who did serve on the youth work. And I feel like I really want you all to understand, like, the people, like, these organizations are here for you. Like, they want to put out programming for you, programming that you will come out to. And I think one way that you can really try and get the most out of your experience, the most out of your organization, tell them what you want. Like, it can be very hard sometimes to sit in a board meeting with this many people like trying to represent and figure out what the people want. And so I feel like if you take that initiative, like step up and say, this is something that we want. Like I remember my sophomore year when we were on the e-board, there was a desire for an end of the year party to happen. There was one girl in my year who stepped up and she wanted to take lead on that because we were strengthened at that point. And that was something that we wanted to happen. She was willing to take lead on that. Didn't happen because of external issues. But like just don't be afraid to take that initiative. Don't be afraid to speak up and don't like say like this would be an interesting event. This is something I've heard that people are interested in having. If y'all can't take it on, I really want it to happen. If I take lead on it and work with you all to collaborate and make it happen.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, as I've been seeing this thing, I feel like it's kind of a common thing that both the people and people are kind of going at. And I feel like the thing is that I've kind of picked up, and I've definitely done this many times, like, I'm a victim of this, like, just go. And I feel like there are these e-boards in place of it. They have their flyers and they have their things, but like I know for me, it's so easy to complain where it's like, oh, they don't have this or I can't fit in, but are you doing that? That's kind of where I think this disconnect is, and I was kind of thinking about all the different groups that I'm involved in, all the different groups that I'm into, and why am I involved in it? It's because I'm interested. And I have the energy, so I'm willing to go. And it seems like we're definitely all sitting here with interest. So it's now making that actual step and picking up your feet and going to the actual event.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can more. I think we talk about kids, but I think we can pick up and we as human beings like to be able to know certain things. When I go hang out with someone, I want to know how many comfortable I know from myself. And we're afraid to venture into the unknown and introduce yourself to someone new. Because that could be rejection, that could be a friendship, someone like you, like first reputation. And you gotta stop that and breathe know, because if you're going to build a collaborative community, you have to all discuss that, you know, sometimes you might not click with everybody. That's what life is. Not everyone's going to be your best friend forever. There's going to be someone who's going to be there for you in that moment. You know? So I want you to walk in and know that. You have to well, I'm just saying, like, I honestly, you gotta be willing to get uncomfortable for a minute. You want to see something. And, you know, one of the things that I want to offer you is that I don't hear a lot of black students going out and finding these black professors on campus. Like, I have some great conversations with black professors that aren't even my major. And, like, we just talk, and they really see about, like, how it's going to be a black person on GU campus in general. You know, and, like, they hook me up with, like, for extra connections. You know, I'm a black student struggling out here. And they want to be more black students in campus, you know? Like, and I guess that's just enough to research how during like neatness, energy, freshmen, like anyone who doesn't understand, like this shouldn't be your first time in here. And finally, just like before you leave this event, introduce yourself to someone here. Take that risk. Be uncomfortable. You don't know what's gonna happen. Like happen this network now. Don't leave here not knowing.
Alright, so this comment is more like from an organizational standpoint. Is there like a community or a meeting that all of the black culture have that you know, really sit down and talk about like community friendly things that happen so that you don't over that? Like one of the meetings so that you have like all of the plans for this
A lot of groups don't plan that far in advance. That's one of the problems that we've been having. I mean, for example, ASO knew our professional things for 5 minutes. So we started telling the other groups that okay, things that we're going to do this. But other than that, things like the other just things that happen as the result comes. So for some reason. So that's why those things aren't happening. There are some conversations that happen in the beginning with GPM days generally. So for example, when both ASO and they were having their first GPM on the same day, we planned for ours to end as for theirs to spin and ours to start to accommodate for one another. This conversation once again are not happening as much as they should be, but I can, as I'm standing here now, I can vow to all of you that I will do my part to make sure those conversations happen. Nobody's applaud, nobody's applaud, but I will do what I can to make sure that happens.
Yeah, thank you for that experience that happened. So something that happens like at the beginning, like the next month, like because you make that point. So you have to have all of the.
There's another way to ensure that that system doesn't fall apart just because people graduate or people escape, and that is if your organization is part of an outstanding center structure. And so we meet every other week, and different groups come together to share what they're doing, to support each other, to determine whether it's feasible to collaborate on some events, because we know that there aren't enough dollars for everybody to put on scope on the events that they want, or you know, they may give up a date. So I would encourage you to don't belong to the culture council to do that next fall.
I was going to say a little kind of already been said, but one thing I really do is go to Howard. I am at Howard as an ambassador, and I know that all the years I am a Cosmic Scholars class, I feel like campus, but I feel like I got a better chance to meet people and really have a better sense of community like going to college. Like Ms. Kennedy said, this year I've noticed, she's noticed, a lot of people noticed, the Harlem is not being the past. No, it's not a cultural place. It's common ground. It's a place to find things that each other unique that the commonality between you that you don't know. So I feel like go there, whether you can study, whether you go get lunch, whether you can sit 5 minutes, whether you walk down the street, like go down to the street, somebody black, just go. That's something that you can individually do. Network with other people to get to know the organization and to really make an impact with the
like, they're confused for being late to office. Well, we were chilling there until like 1 a.m. So, like, at the end of the day, I told them, you know, like, I go to, like, and, like, try to go to the office, so, you know, I still think that I don't, like, I don't go anywhere as well. With my friends, you know, even if I can't go to all of them, I don't really go to but hey, but that is like the best thing to do. Or whatever, just be an active member of like other stuff and know so much about it. Yeah, so like I definitely recommend doing that. And so every summer, since my sophomore summer, I really started my second year. But I've been able to get on. We usually have something pop up, and it's literally just me setting up a Facebook event, like every single person I know come out, bring something, and just like show up, pop in, and whatever. And so like that'll be happening this year. It has to be every year on Memorial Day. So like but like things like that are really good to have, and so that you can one time person and they are having a lot of so there are a lot of not compared to like the general population, but in general, there's at least like 15 every year. And I know pretty much all of them, they don't ever know any other life. Granted, once they get rescued, but they like when I think I always let them do that. 70% drop them in, I see them in the case, come over to like meet people. But I was listening to them and saying, like, I'm showing some friends in the studio or whatever, like, come by and just come out for a bit or something. That just like it's gonna be something. It's not necessarily relying on your organization. So always goes to doing that and so, you know, like they'll go agree to like I'm showing ETC like every day. Stuff like that is
I think Sashay has a comment, and then we're gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We actually had a plan to do that. Everyone to be able to stand up and go around and talk to somebody about it. But we're gonna do that after.
And she just reminded me of TD Initiative. For organizations to like talk to other people about like educating the university about the Black community, I think something that we don't do is collaborate with other student organizations in the conference. And that's, you're not going to change 16,000 people's minds, but if you change people, like you don't know the reverberations that's going to happen. So at least we should think along those lines through collaborating with not minority organizations. Just taking initiative, because honestly, like this whole like coming and seek me out, like what about your education is coming back? Your professors aren't seeking you out, internships aren't seeking you out. Like you need to go look for things, and it's the same with your community. You need to go look for an opportunity. Like if there's not a community service person on the keyboard, ask if they can make a community service person, like or like aspect of your keyboard. Right? Nobody's looking for you back. Like you're part of the real world, and that's like the realistic that no one's gonna tell you about. Like you need to take initiative, start it now, and use your
Thank you, Sashay. Thank you, everyone. Excuse me. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions. We greatly appreciate it, and I promise you, at least myself and Javon, will be taking everything back, dissecting it, processing it, and see what we can do to change things this summer, starting this summer with the potluck, and then going on into next school year. Before we head out,
I just want to emphasize that most of these groups in here have Twitter, we have Instagrams, we got all that. So retweet us, follow us, and all that. Before you leave, I'm sorry. I got a little carried away. But before you all head out, I know we have to do the same program as well. I just want to acknowledge that you gentlemen came in and we went around and said we were going to vote on the reasons. I'm sorry. So if you all can just say who you are and where you're from, what school you're in, that'd be great. We'll start with you.
My name is Letitia Lowe. I'm a resident of the Lab. I'm currently doing
my name is Kiara Martin. I'm a sophomore in Southern College studying health sciences.
My name is Jamal Addy. I'm a freshman for I'm in SMU and CNS. I'm from Boston.
Hello everyone, my name is Chris Donovan. I'm a freshman from Boston. I'm in the College of Engineering studying electrical engineering.
And I said to gentlemen, well, we didn't meet you before.
So the last person I want to introduce himself is someone that you should know, and I will let him introduce himself.
I am Julian Cook. I'm from Chicago. I'm a first-year graduate student at School of Theology and graduate assistant at the Howard Thurman Center. And it is good to see that there's this much color.
So Julian is an amazing young man who many of you should get to know, male and female. He is actually the Reverend. And so, anyway, so please come to the Thurman Center. I tell you all at freshman orientation to remember that the away from home still stands true no matter whether you're a freshman or whether you're a senior or an alum. So anyway, thank you everyone. This was great. Thank you for your honesty and your openness.